Welcome to Atlanta Tech Edge. I'm Wes Moss. Mayor Kasim Reed is embarking into a whole new world, the world of technology, a world that's constantly moving forward thanks to the innovative minds here in Atlanta and strong wills, of course. He's taking trips to Silicon Valley in hopes to bring venture capital funding to Atlanta, and he's put us in a position to be one of just a few cities in the running to try out the new Google Fiber, a super fast internet connection. Mayor Reed is committed to making Atlanta the technology hub of the Southeast by supporting and empowering the people on the ground level, the people starting and building and running companies that have embraced our motto, Go Big Atlanta. At least I hope they're embracing our motto. With one of the top tech schools in the world, the Georgia Institute of Technology, the busiest airport in the world, and the growing spirit of collaboration, Atlanta's tech industry is primed for continued success. Mayor Kasim Reed joins us now with more to share his thoughts and give us an update on some of the things that he's been working on. Mayor Kasim Reed, thank you for being with us here on the show.
Thank you for having me, Wes.
So I'm the host of the show, and I'm not necessarily known as a tech guy at all.
Yes.
I'm a finance guy, money guy.
Yeah.
And you would say that, are you a tech guy?
Absolutely not. So whatever you are, I'm like 4 steps behind.
So how did you then get so involved in the technology industry here? When did you understand how big of a deal it is for Atlanta?
I had dinner with a group of some of the best individuals in the business, and they laid out for me a very simple premise that made sense. They said right now we're only retaining about 50% of our technology graduates that stay in the region. And we should be able to grow that by about 5% a year. And if we got that number to 75%, the economy of the city and the region would never be the same. And foreign direct investment would be attracted to all of those smart folks. So we need your help in elevating the issue and in working to attract foreign direct investment and venture capital to the city of Atlanta in a way that only the mayor can do. So that's how it got started.
Where's everybody going? Is everybody going to Silicon Valley? Where are our graduates?
Yeah, a lot of our folks are going to Silicon Valley. If you take a trip to Silicon Valley, Georgia Tech is so well represented, it's amazing. And the fact of the matter is we needed to find out why that was occurring. And because of the amount of reshoring or onshoring that's occurring, Georgia Tech's graduates are as good as any engineering graduates in the world. And as engineers in India and in other parts of the world, the Philippines, become more and more expensive, it's becoming a better deal to have our own folks here on U.S. shores and at home. The average technology graduate, a Georgia Tech graduate, income is disproportionately higher than other individuals. So if we can keep those folks in the city and in the region, then the ecosystem that we create for technology investment is just going to be so strong. And because I care so much about the health of our city, I got it right away and got right on it.
Talk to us about the trip you just got back from not too long ago to Silicon Valley. What did you guys go there to do?
We went there to learn best practices and to find out what we could do to get venture capital companies that invest in the city to keep their businesses in the city. So right now, when we've got a terrific technology firm that gets this first, second, or third round of funding, it's picked up and it's moved to Palo Alto, Silicon Valley, or San Francisco. And so we needed to find out why that was the case. And we went out and did between 15 and 23 meetings in 3 days. We had access to the absolute cream of the crop leaders in Silicon Valley, in San Francisco, and in Palo Alto, and they laid out in no uncertain terms that the talent is absolutely in the city of Atlanta, in the region, and in Georgia, but we've got to change some things if we want to have not one ISS every 10 years, but an ISS and a Chris Klaus story every single year, which is what they told us we should be doing if we were going to be serious players.
Well, so what's that incentive for them to help? Because they're trying to poach our talent to some extent.
Yeah.
So when you come back here, do we want to be like Silicon Valley, or do we have our own DNA here in Atlanta?
Well, we're going to be the best version of ourselves. The incentive for them to help us is when you're in Silicon Valley and Palo Alto and San Francisco, everybody's chasing the same deal. Mm-hmm. And it is a community, and so much of it is word of mouth. So you have an unusual opportunity to come to Atlanta, to come to the region, and to be one of the few people who are chasing opportunities that are really terrific opportunities. It also helps to get out of that system, just like anybody else, and go and see something else. And I think there was a clip, and I know you all have it somewhere in your files, but it showed where the 10 cities for VC investment and new technology startups, and Atlanta is among the 10. The great thing about the display is that the map shows that we don't really have a competitor in the Southeast. So that's up on the screen. That's an awful lot of real estate for us to build up our competence in this area and then really flat out dominate it.
So on that trip, you had several meetings. Have you been able to bring anything back here concrete, number one? Number
Yes.
two, I know that you've talked about raising some money here, some VC money in Atlanta. What about the progress?
So the answer is yes, the meetings went very well. And so we are in the process of discussing with some of the firms that we met with how to get an Atlanta office. The most important thing that has happened is our CEO community is excited in getting involved. So I have a group of CEOs called the Atlanta Committee for Progress, which represent the blue chip businesses in the region and the state. And what we learned in Silicon Valley is that on the West Coast, large businesses give startups a shot. So you can be a technology guy or a woman with a great idea, and Microsoft will give you a shot. So if you get a shot with Microsoft, you can then take your wares and grow your business much faster.
And we haven't seen that here.
Exactly. So for example, in Atlanta, a SunTrust doesn't give a startup a shot. And so now I called Bill and asked him to start thinking about giving a startup a shot. A Coca-Cola may not give a startup a shot. So what happens is we've got to get our big businesses, our Home Depots, our UPSs, to treat our technology startups the way that they do in some other parts of the country.
Which could be, it's really a whole shift in mindset. It's a whole shift in mindset for what they have there versus what we have here for now, at least.
Right.
And that's changing. That's
you're exactly right. So we're taking our group of leading CEOs to Tech Village, and we're going to do one of the meetings that we typically do in a corporate boardroom in Tech Village, just to get these folks to start mixing.
I like the thought of that. Now let's switch gears a little bit to Google Fiber.
Yes.
Talk about the potential impact for that. What are the chances we get a project like that happening here?
Yeah, well, we're one of 9 cities that are finalists for the second round of Google Fiber integration. And so what that means is a massive capital project, an upgrade in all of our technology infrastructure systems that will give people much faster internet service and other technological services in their home.
Is that paid for by Google, or is that something shared?
Paid for by Google, baby. Yes. Paid for by Google. I'm very excited about it. We completed our application on May 1. And I'm reasonably confident that we are going to be selected.
Let's nail that. Let's nail the Google Fiber.
I'm trying. Goodness, I'm trying.
Well, stick with us. We're going to come back with more with Mayor Kasim Reed, and we appreciate you being here.
I'm glad to be here.
If you want to keep up with Mayor Kasim Reed, follow him on Twitter, just like I do, at Kasim Reed, or like him on Facebook. We're going to take a quick break and come back with part 2 of our Tech Talk with the Mayor. Stay with us.